Future dropped that monster, and that's how I knew Future was back. So let's talk about Future. Future came out, I feel like 2011, Rats on Rats. Because I went to the Fox 105 talent show, and he came out with YC. They performed Rats on Rats. I remember, because I was working the Fox 105 radio station street team. I was working the talent show, and I remember I went up to the little place where we had to meet at, and they told us our position because it was like a baseball field. They're doing upgrades now to the baseball field because the Atlanta Braves minor league team are about to start playing here in Columbus. So before the renovation, it was years ago, 2011, like I said, I remember because it was a party that night by the high school, and I was going to the talent show, and my boy Watson AJ would go pick me up from the talent show, and we go head down to Seal to the party, house party. So we at the little meeting area, the little room, I'll call it. It was something they call it, clubhouse, whatever. So we meet in the room. They're telling us our position. They're like, Tyler, you go take the local talent, walk them over there, whoop-de-whoop, bam, cool. Funny story, when I'm leaving out the clubhouse, Gorilla Zoe is walking in. So I'm like, oh, what's up, Gorilla Zoe? Like, what up? So I dapped up Gorilla Zoe, and I went to go get the local talent to bring them to their sitting area because it's a talent show. But the way the talent show was set up, we'll have local talent to participate in the talent show, but then it's also a concert where at the time they had like the hottest artists in the South come perform, from Young LA to J Money, Rich Kids, Future, Fabo. I think T-Pain and Soulja Boy came one year. The talent show was a thing back in the day, man. I hate that the kids will never get to experience something like that again. The whole baseball field crowded. You knew an after party was going on after where you at the club, team party, whatever. What an era. What an era. But I remember Future and YC performing Rats on Rats, and Future had a whole Louis Vuitton outfit on. I'll never forget that, because at the time I'm looking at him, and I was like, oh, he ain't going to be around too much longer. He got this Rats on Rats on. It's cool, but he got the whole Louis Vuitton fit on. You know, Future had the locks where they ball up in the back. So I remember seeing it. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Shit, was I wrong? After that, that Dirty Sprite came out. That True Story came out. That Streets Calling came out. And I was like, wow. I was like, I was wrong about this guy in this Louis Vuitton outfit. But the thing that always had me about Future, his mixtapes were cool. I like Dirty Sprite. I love True Story. It had the Ain't No Way Around It on it. I love Streets Calling. But at the same time, you giving me Never End. You doing Turn on the Lights. I never liked that R&B Future vibe. To this day, I don't care for it. So I was like, okay, he a street guy, he a ladies man. Like, I didn't understand the whole artist package at that point. So he did his first mixtape run, Astronaut Status. I remember being in the community college student lounge, watching the countdown for Astronaut Status to come out, and everybody was waiting on it. Because we thought this is what the Pluto album would sound like, but Astronaut Status is what I think the Pluto album should have been. Still some songs on Pluto album that's cool, but Astronaut Status, you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. So he does that, Pluto comes out, whatever. Then after Pluto, that's when he get into The Chosen One and Karate Chop and all these features with the Rich Gang guys and all that was going on. Then Honest album comes out. And Honest album, I like T-Shirt on Honest, and I like that Never Satisfied with Drake. They're the only two songs I really go back and listen to off that album. So the word was, after this album, it's a rap for Future. He about to go super, super commercial. He don't got nothing for the streets no more. And then Rich Gang come out, and Young Thug and Rich Homie just snatched whatever momentum Future had in the streets. Then after that, Future dropped that Monster with Metro Boomin. When I heard that Break the Rules before the mixtape came out, I said, oh, he coming back with something. That Break the Rules, so fire and so dark. Man. And then that Monster came out with Radical and the Monster song and Throwaway, Gangland, Mad Love, which is one of my favorite Future songs ever. Oh, man. Codeine Crazy. And, of course, after Monster, he come back with Beast Mode. And with Beast Mode is with Zaytoven, by the way. Fully produced by Zaytoven. He had the Layup. He had the Real Sisters, Forever Ever. The shit with Juvenile. You ain't getting that whole thing, ain't you? You ain't getting So then after Beast Mode, we get the 56 Nights. That had the March Madness on it. We know what March Madness is now. And to cultivate that 3 mixtape run, he come back with Dirty Sprite 2, the album. That changed the game right there, because that's when Future was like, okay, he was popping already. He already had a mixtape catalog before that. But to drop 3 consecutive mixtapes within, I think, Monster came out, I can't remember the exact. I ain't gonna even try to remember. I just know it was Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, Dirty Sprite 2. Under a year, because I think Dirty Sprite 2 came out that summer of the next year. Monster came out that October. Dirty Sprite 2 came out probably that June, July afterwards. And it just changed the game. That's when everybody started to drop mixtape consecutive, trying to repeat what Future did. It was like, nah, man, you can't. It wasn't the fact that he dropped mixtapes consecutively. It's the fact he dropped great mixtapes consecutively with a great album to follow up. I never liked when people say he did it all with no features. He had a Wayne feature. He had a Juvenile feature. He had a Young Scooter feature. I don't like when people say he did it with no features. He had some features on there. Wasn't a lot, but he had features. And that would change the game right there, because at the time, you had Dolph in the mix. Rest in peace, Dolph. Rest in peace, Bankroll Fresh. Rest in peace, Doe B. You had these street guys in the mix as well. Meanwhile, Gucci locked up. So you got Migos going crazy. You got Pee Wee Longway going crazy. Thug, Rich Homie. Everybody was going crazy at this time. And the godfather of them all was locked up. But they held it down, man. That generation, man, they held it down. Like I said, rest in peace Bankroll, rest in peace Dolph, rest in peace Doe B. They had mixtapes in the mix throughout the years.